Excellency Mrs. Malika Issoufou, First Lady of Niger, Excellencies, First Ladies, dear sisters of Burkina Faso, Chad, the Gambia and Sierra Leone, I would like to start by thanking all of the organization involved in the preparation and implementation of this excellent initiative and to express my pride in being involved. Allow me first to make a pretty embarrassing confession for me. Before the invitation of my dearest sister Malika, I was far from realizing the amplitude of this phenomenon. It is during my reading of documentation in preparation of this meeting that I discovered the gravity of this problem and the silent suffering resulting from it. It almost brought tears to my eyes, yet this phenomenon is easily preventable. Obstetric fistula is indeed a major public health problem and a social tragedy for the main victims, who are the most vulnerable girls and women, living in the most isolated localities, with very limited access to quality health services, including reproductive health. In order to avoid repeating what others will probably elaborate more ably, I will focus my intervention on the phenomenon in Mauritania and the challenges we are facing. In addition to population growth and poor access to reproductive health and family planning services, the major contributing factors in Mauritania are, first of all, the high prevalence of early marriage. Second, unmet needs for family planning, birth spacing. The third factor is early and close pregnancies and the low rate of assisted deliveries and the high female genital mutilation, and at last, the low level of girls' education. However, since the launch of the national campaign in 2003, Mauritania has developed and implemented several programs and strategies to fight against obstetric fistula, as development of a national strategy for the elimination of obstetric fistula, the adoption of a fatwa by religious leaders against female genital mutilation, the creation of a regional center of excellence for clinical mentoring of midwives in order to strengthen continuing education and promote the provision of quality reproductive health services, reinforcement of surgical management and the offer of repair surgery to 635 women with fistulas, the integration of obstetric fistula in indigent diseases with access to free care, including the socio-economic reintegration of women treated and cured of obstetric fistula. Despite these progresses, it should be noted that obstetric fistula remains a challenge in Mauritania. Each year, an additional number of 150 to 300 women increase the number of obstetric fistula careers, with a cumulative gap of 2,700 to 5,400 cases, and every week 16 women die in childbirth given birth, 582 maternal deaths per 100,000 live births. The results obtained to date remain modest compared to the new additional cases. The urgency to eliminate obstetric fistula is well established. That's why we all must be committed alongside our government and the United Nations Population Fund and other partners for the implementation of national strategy for the elimination of obstetric fistula. We should be devoted to support all initiatives that participate in the elimination of obstetric fistula, namely, number 1, the fight against early marriage. Number 2, routine care at all levels of the health pyramid. Number 3, girls' access to education. Number 4, women's access to birthing services assisted by skilled personnel. Number 5, to facilitate women's access to family planning and birth spacing. And number 6, to end violence against women and girls. Finally, I cannot end my speech without thanking all of you for this opportunity, which will allow us as First Ladies to influence the policies of our respective states, to mobilize national financial resources to end obstetric fistula, and ensure that women and girls can contribute freely and with their full potential to the development of Mauritania and all of Africa. Wassalamu alaikum.